Hello everyone. My greetings to one and all. This is the 11th session on development experience of India from 1947 till 1990. In the previous 5 sessions, you have learned about agricultural sector, that is its features and its problems. I am Poonam Vohra from Idiot Economics Learning Center. From now onwards, in the next 2 sessions, you will understand the agricultural policies adopted by the government relating to land as well as technology. This session focuses on agricultural policies related to land reforms. Let us understand. It was only after independence that a planned attempt was made to bring about agrarian transformation. The policymakers adopted a twofold strategy for regenerating agriculture. One is to implement land reforms in order to remove institutional bottlenecks, and secondly, to adopt technological reforms by making large investments. Positive agricultural policy was also introduced during mid-60s. Land reforms. It consisted of abolition of intermediaries, tenancy reforms. Tenancy reforms were in the form of regulation of rent, security of tenure, and ownership rights for tenants. Then is reorganization of agriculture, which comprised of redistribution of land, consolidation of holdings, and cooperative farming. Let's understand each of these points. Abolition of intermediaries meant that the middlemen, like zamindars, who collected rent from actual cultivators and deposit a part of it to government as land revenue, were abolished. Under tenancy reforms, regulation of rent meant that all states enacted law for fixing the rent payable by tenant cultivators, which varied between 30 to 40% of produce. Security of tenure implied that most of the states passed the legislation to provide security to the tenant cultivator, under which the tenant cannot be removed from land except under law. Under ownership rights, legislations were passed to confer ownership rights on tenant cultivators. The third category of reforms, that is reorganization of agriculture, included redistribution of land, which meant that ceilings were imposed on land holdings. It refers to maximum and minimum limits to the size of holding which one is permitted to hold. Surplus land be acquired and redistributed to the landless and small farmers. Consolidation of holdings meant that small and scattered bits of land were grouped together into a single compact block, and these can be then exchanged for land at one place. The purpose was to fight fragmentation of land holdings. Under cooperative farming, all the landowners in the village form a cooperative society for cultivation of land in the village. The produce is distributed among the members in proportion to the land and labor contributed by each. Now assess yourself and answer this question. Something very simple. You need to give one positive and one negative impact of land reforms in India. Now please check your answer. There may be other impacts also, but one can mention these. One positive impact is that surplus land was redistributed to landless and marginal farmers. And one negative impact can be that according to Agricultural Census of 2011-12, a large farmer in India has 45 times more land than the marginal farmers. That is, there exists inequality of land holding. I hope you have understood various policies relating to land reforms in India. With this, the session comes to an end. The next session would focus on the technological reforms adopted in the agricultural sector. Till then, keep reading, keep learning, and do not forget to keep a watch over the economic events.